Ooh,
What
this
is
is
the
cool.
best EMT
And we
level
may stop here.
priority? Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Oh, I thought you said stop here. Okay.
Oh, no, no, no. I mean,
Um,
this may be the last question, but you keep going.
okay, I'm sorry. What is the best EMT level priority? It's a two-step.
Okay.
A 21-year-old male fell from a roof.
Okay. So
He
right now I know
opens.
trauma.
Yep. He opens his eyes to pain. Makes incomprehensible sounds and withdraws from painful stimulus.
All right, stop right there. Let's figure out this guy's GCS. So what is his GCS? Remember, we got 3 categories. What are they?
Eyes, motor, voice and motor.
Okay, eyes, verbal, motor. What's the
Verbal
highest
motor.
for eyes?
4,
Okay, highest for verbal,
5,
motor.
6.
Okay, let's figure out his GCS. So under eyes, what does he get? Because it's going to be AVPU.
He opens his eyes to pain.
Okay,
So 2.
that's going to be a 2. So we got a 2 for eyes. What about verbal?
Incomprehensible sounds. So he's going to be a 1.
1 is
1 or
none.
2. Okay, so 2.
He's going to be a 2 there. Okay, and then what about for motor?
Withdrawals from painful. I would say he's a
Say it.
4.
He's a 4. Okay, cool. So add that up, and what's his GCS?
8.
He's got a GCS of 8. Okay. What is our normal GCS? What's the highest and what's the lowest?
The lowest is 3, highest is 15.
Okay. So a normal would be 15. He's at 8. Okay. He's significantly altered. Now keep going though.
He has slow, irregular respirations. So I'm
Ooh,
thinking ventilation.
I like it. Slow, irregular respirations. Okay. Keep going.
A large scalp hematoma.
Okay. That large hematoma can further contribute to more blood loss. But what else does it tell me? The fact that he has a scalp hematoma, what else is happening inside of his head?
It sounds like Cushing's triad for me, but
Okay, you want to go with Cushing's triad because of what?
well, he's got irregular respirations. He's got reflex bradycardia, and he's hypertensive.
Ah, okay. So Cushing's triad seems like a plausible situation. So we've got increased intracranial pressure there. And what are we going to do for it? Let's start with D.
So D, delay transport until a full neurological assessment is completed. No, we're not delaying transport.
No.
Place the patient in Trendelenburg position to increase cerebral perfusion. No.
No, because that's actually going to increase the amount of blood going to his head and make
Head,
that
yeah.
intracranial hemorrhage, that brain bleed, even worse. Okay, let's keep going.
I would go with B, assist ventilations with
But
high
if
flow
you would go with
oxygen.
B, let's just go with B, because you already told me it was a. We had a. Yeah, he had slow
Ventilation problem.
respirations. You already told me he had a ventilation problem. This actually talks about ventilations, so we're going to assist ventilations with the BVM, and we actually don't want to just routinely hyperventilate these patients. Why is that though? Why do we not routinely hyperventilate these head injury patients? That's kind of
You're
an
going
old
to
way of
keep
thinking.
increasing these.
Say it again.
You're going to increase the ICP.
Okay, because when we hyperventilate, we blow off some of the CO2, but what that can actually do is it can actually cause like given all that oxygen can cause vasoconstriction,
Yeah.
and that actually slows. I mean, yes, that seems like a good thing, and that's where it came from, but you're actually shunting blood in the head, so you're decreasing the amount of blood that the brain has to perfuse. So that's why it can actually be very dangerous. Okay. All right. Any questions about today? How was tonight's session?
I thought it was great.